Hey gang, welcome back to Joe Daddy's Garage. As you can see, I'm outside today, and the reason for that is I'm going to be working on my 2000 model Ford Focus. This car has been just a little beater car that I've been running around, for a couple years now, and the defrost control isn't working. So I'm going to replace it with one that I got from Rock Auto. Part number is right there. Now, I don't know if this part is the same for different years, but I can tell you this is a 2000 model. And what happens with these is there's a little cable-driven device, let's say, that when you turn the knob on your heater control to defrost or heat for your feet or wherever, that cable wears out. And then, you can't change the settings. What I've done is I took the connector off of the module or the unit that actually changes underneath the dash, and I just set it midway between defrost and floor control so I could have some heat and some defrost. But I want to fix that. So let's take a look and see if I can't figure this out. We'll see if the sun doesn't fight us too much on this. But what I'm talking about is this centerpiece right here. When you rotate that, it's supposed to rotate this device, which is normally attached to the control unit underneath the dash. As you can see, hopefully see, this is the cable that is broken. So this does nothing when I turn the dial. So to fix that, I have to take this apart, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. Sorry about the sun putting a glare on this, but on this model, you can't just take this apart. I think the later model cars, you could take a screwdriver and you could gently pry on the edges here and have this come apart. But this one is a little bit different. The radio has to come out. So you see that this is an aftermarket radio. I'm going to work on getting this out, and it's going to take probably just a little bit of effort here. Let me see. I'm going to release that face on that, and then get these pieces out of the way. And probably there's a variety of different radios are in these. I don't know how hard it is to get the original one out, but I'm just referencing this. Okay, so get that out of the way. I think I should be able to disconnect this in the back here, and the antenna. Alright, so I'm going to set that aside. And behind this, there's two bolts. Let's see if I can't angle that a little bit better. That are going to hold this main shell in place. Those bolts are, let's find out. Well, that's a 9/32. That fits, or 8mm, which fits better. So we want to remove those two bolts. So there's one. And actually, there's more than two. There's four. I see now there's one missing down here, and there's another one on the bottom. So make that 4 bolts. I didn't put this radio in, so I can only assume that somebody lost that bolt when they changed that radio. Should be able to gently pry on this. Lousy. Feels like the wiring for the cigarette lighter. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get that out of the way. There, okay. Take out the ashtray while you're at it. Alright. So I have a little bit of conflict with the wiring. And there's one more thing I need to do. Hold on a second. To make this easier as well, I'm going to move the shifter back. There we go. Give me just a little bit more space. And there may be some things like this flasher unit. You could probably disconnect that if you wanted to. Whatever's hanging on and fighting with movement. And it doesn't help that it's rather chilly out this morning. Let me see if I can get that off of there. There we go. All right, let me show you another angle. Okay, so to remove the four-way flasher, there's a little push button on the side of the clip. Press that, pull it out. Now I have access to the back side of the control piece, and two things need to happen. I need to take this clip off here, which has the wires connected to it, and also take out this screw right here. Okay, so I'm going to take a screwdriver and try to get behind this clip, lift up on it, and just kind of rotate it so that it releases off of the little post that's holding it. There we go. A little bit of leverage. A little bit of leverage. So take that wire off. Remove this screw. Set that aside. And then you should be able to rotate this and have it come out. So there you go. I can rotate it. Oh, that's another thing. Take the knob off. It came off anyway, but take that off before you get too far along. So now that's the control unit. Of course, it doesn't do anything. So what I need to do is pull this, and I know it would be really hard to film this, but this needs to come out from under the dash. So I'm gently pulling on it. Of course, when they put these together, they weren't thinking about the idea that you'd ever have to take it apart again. So, alright, I had to go kind of up over the wire bundle that's in there and pull it out. And again, there's the cable. Very small, very thin. Now, I'm going to do a little comparison, make sure that this new one, even though, you know, out of the package, it's rather stiff looking. So, probably have to massage these and get this into shape. That's a little better. Just to show you what happens. So here's the control knob, right? Or the control end. I'll put the knob on. Make sure that fits before I put it all together, right? There we go. So now I should be able to. There we go. That was a little scary. So now you look at this end, and there's your controls. Okay. Now to fish this back through. Hopefully I can figure this out. Here, let's get through that hole. Yep. Okay. It made it down. Good. Good. Okay. Now again, we just put it back together, right? So, I'm going to take that new part and insert it into the cluster without breaking it. There. It only fits one way. Take that screw and put it back in. Reinsert the wiring. All right, and then I just need to put everything back in the dash. All right, back up here, connect the flasher unit, make sure everything else is in place. Get that wire inside. Knob back on. Okay, now as I said, I have this set. I had set it because you could do all the way defrost or all the way to the floor, and I had it right in the middle. So I was trying to get it top and bottom, maybe it's somewhere in that range. But I'm not going to put anything else back together until I make that connection. So let me put it in park. Make sure my key is off. Now you may or may not have to do this, but I'm going to take this panel off to make it easier to see. There's 4 bolts that hold this panel on that I can see. Maybe another one, but I think there's only 4. And those are 8mm. So I'm going to take those off and remove that panel. Okay, the panel is down, out of the way. And now you can see how this stuff connects. This is the other control unit, probably for the heat itself. So if I turn the dial, whoops, then you can see that dial, or that center section turn, and that's what changes your heat rate. The other one, of course, will be for your defrost and that sort of thing. So I don't know if I can do this. Let me see if I can get the camera. Okay, hopefully this camera doesn't drop. But what I want to do is slip this around this post at the top here. And that should be it. So now you can see all the mechanics of it. See all that stuff moving. Awesome. So the next step, I'll get the dash panel back in place, finish assembling everything else up here, and we'll give it a test run. Okay, car's running. I have the control, what would be, at your face. So we'll turn this on. That's awesome. Sorry. Controls where they're, yeah. Because this car, since I've had it, has not had any of that. So that's awesome. So that would be down to the feet. So it shuts that off. No movement. Good. All the way to defrost. You can see there. It's definitely trying to blow the napkin around. Cool. That's it. Really not that hard. I thought it might be harder than that, but just getting stuff out of the way, and again, well, I hit the AC button. Just pull that knob off before you get started, make it a little bit easier. But that's awesome. Well, it works, and I'm happy with that. Hopefully this helps you with your maybe 2000 model Ford Focus. I don't know, but I know that's an ongoing problem with those control units failing. It was available on Rock Auto, and I don't think it was that hard, just some basic tools. But anyway, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Leave a comment, thumbs up. All you can do to help this channel will be appreciated. And that's going to be it. So until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.